Hello, Global. This is Danny Gamble. I was passed some information that you may be looking for an anchor or a news reporter. Um, I'd be very keen on the anchor job and looking into it and seeing if I can measure up to what you're looking for and deliver on the goods and do a good job for you. Um, I guess I just my sales pitch then. Feel free if you're interested to set up a Zoom meeting, have me come in, send me some script that you want me to put into a tape format and send back to you. I'm not 100% set up here. It's my home, but I'm sure I could, you know, uh, invest some time and effort to learn how to use half this equipment I've been buying lately. Why I think I might be very good for doing an anchor role is life experiences. I know for a fact that baby boomers like me are still the biggest watchers of TV, regular traditional news, even sports. A lot of us go to sports, have children that are in sports or grandchildren that are starting out. So we're still tuned into that. We still go onto regular TV and pay for the hookups and stuff that a lot of my kids won't do anymore. They strictly go to things like Facebook and YouTube. I use those a lot too now, but I still like traditional news or even traditional news via things like YouTube or Facebook. YouTube especially because I've just gotten used to it. It gets rid of most of the ads that way, and I can watch it in the evening and not have to be sitting down at a certain time. Um, but you know, luckily for me, that the news stations both in Canada and the States are good at that. They put them up there right away, so you're never more than couple of hours or a day out of knowing what's going on. Although with me, I religiously watch a lot. I find it interesting. I guess I'm weird and boring that way. So who am I? I'm here. I'm doing a little bit of a slate here for you. I just you know healthy enough. I'm 6 feet 210, 215, depending before or after the weekend. I've done a lot of stuff on camera, both professionally and non-professionally, and I've also done a lot of public speaking and worked as running companies. I've worked overseas. I have international experience in Singapore, Malaysia, Thailand, working for Oriental Emporium and one company, another one called Watson's. I've also worked in Mexico lived there for 5 years, and to stay longer, I started selling some real estate. So I had that too. From Port Coquitlam, I was born and raised in BC. I'm an actual BC boy, born in New Westminster Hospital. It was the only hospital to deliver babies at that time, I believe. Probably the only one close, anyways, to Coquitlam. I was there for 20 years, like literally in the same home, and then started, moving around Lower Mainland for over 80 St. Boots. The guy who's president there, I know him personally. Worked at 3 stores with him. I still call him friend. And Daryl Jones. And let's see, from Poco Soul, probably someone's flashing Fox. You think you know Terry Fox? I know Terry Fox very well. Like I was the younger brother of Clay Gamble, and Clay Gamble's the one he took the day off with to hang out on this run. He's also Clay flew back and was one of the pallbearers. Like they were very close, and I was always the tag along little brother. So I knew Terry before he lost his leg and after his leg lost his leg. And I even ran with him when he was in training, but didn't realize the big thing he was going to do. But I ran with him one day because my brother told me to get up there and run with him. He's training for something. And then I went up to Australia, and when I was in Australia, he did his run, came back, and wasn't much longer after that the unfortunate happened. He was family too. Not as well. They knew who I was. They knew the Gambles. We knew that Foxes. What else? So sports. I made it to 7 billions. I played 1 year, senior A. I was just a rookie. I barely played, so even though I think I could have had a better career and done better, that's what it was. I'd gotten married and started having kids, and there was no money in lacrosse back then, so it was family or not family, and I got transferred as assistant manager at Grand Forks with over 80. So I made the decision, family first. I also played soccer. I played well for high school and local league in Poco, and then I moved over to Coquitlam. Actually, before I moved to Coquitlam, I got recruited for the under 16 and 18 selects for BC. And then I was in the Sun Cup with Billard Shamrocks against Dunbar Stones. And almost went, well, I attended SFU for a short time, but I was young and immature, and I was there to play soccer. Apparently, that wasn't a good enough reason to be there. So I went and worked. That's how I kind of told Wady after I took a big trip down to the States. So, life-wise, I married, divorced, 3 common laws, all ended. So I tried to do the years again. So like 29, 3, 6. I have 3 children from my marriage, 2 of which have given me beautiful grandchildren. So ups and downs of life like anyone else, and worldly and political and sports orientated. I think I can carry a conversation on most avenues and fields. Oh, and I've been in the TV movie industry as well. I've been behind the scenes. I've been like a lowly PA. Which is tough work, boy. They work hard. I don't think I want to do that one anymore. 155 for the security, the union. I just have to renew my ticket, but it's expired now because I've been off for a while with the CERB and that, like everyone else. But it's time to get back to work. That's why I'm sending this out too. And I was in front of the camera. A lot of background, but some stand-ins, some photo doubling. Apparently, I make a good hand model. Man, I look out. And I've also been on a lot of shows where you can see me. I mean, I can in the Zoom meeting, I can tell you, and you can break while you're talking. We go to some clips of it, of different shows. But I'm nobody. I get that. I just never really got over. I didn't start till very, very end of 2012, like December. I got a great role because buddy that was beside me, who's in the industry, had a chance to get a speaking role, and so he wanted to drop the role he had as Sam Neill's in the one-year show called Alcatraz. So he said, "Well, Danny's like he could fit the bill," so he sent my picture right then. And I was working the next day. I did photo double, body double. So I was guy the umbrella, driving the cars. It was just so much fun, and I think I got a taste for it right then. Unfortunately, the show didn't get picked up, but I still, I had to bug. I haven't done much in the last couple of years, but maybe that's good too, because maybe I was burning out of doing 12-hour, 14-hour days with not really doing much to do with anything. A lot of tent time, to be honest. Too much tent time. I do generals a lot, so apparently, oh, by the way, I'm really shaped right now, but I can let it grow back a little. I actually may keep it though like this. I've decided I kind of starting to like it, mostly because my last ex, who me and her are still friends, she used to hate the old little tuff that you'll see in some of the pictures when I send you some of the websites I'm on. You can find me on Agency Click. That's a good one for finding lots of old pictures and shows that I was in. Pretty much for a while there, every show that went through Vancouver, I was on one way or another. I was a detective. So I did a lot of interactions with the actors because they could trust me, and just complimentary, right? So I'm doing this off my mic plugged into my laptop. It's not the greatest picture. I do think it's working. We'll find out. Otherwise, I've wasted my time and just staring at myself and talking away here. So I love to go next steps. I'm reliable, eager, and no problem with whatever hours, shows, days, anything, doesn't matter. If you need someone, well, nobody wants to work in the middle of the night, you want to do that one? Yeah, I'll do it. Gotta pay your dues. Gotta, hopefully get my foot in. And I'm also easy to get rid of. If you decide you don't want me, then I don't want to be there either. So I'll just say, okay, well, thanks for giving me the offer. Thanks for giving me the try. I appreciate the time I was here. That's who I am. I just, I'm early 60s, by the way, born 1960, so I'm 61. So at this stage, I just want to do stuff that I would like to do and would enjoy doing. And this one totally, for me, is up my alley, which is why I guess why people have passed it along to me to, yeah, you should consider this, or at least, look into it. And did a little reading up, uh, your, your job criteria. I hit most of them. I don't hit all of them, of course. I don't think anyone that ever hits all those. I mean, I get it's for weeding out, but I mean, this is this is what it'll be, right? It'll be whether you can light up a camera, whether you can hold a conversation, whether we like the sound of his voice, the look of the look he gives off, um, you know, how he's going to project, because it's more in front of the camera and as an anchor, I would imagine it's totally in front of the camera, and reading a toll prompt or whatever you want me to do, or hopefully having some interactions with people that come in to the studio and discuss matters like the state's politics, which I'm way up on, um, and Canadian politics I'm up on too. I almost said it backwards, but I just find that there's just so much more entertaining the last couple of years of all the craziness going on down there. Although our election was kind of interesting too. All right, well, I'm gonna sign off and listen to this and possibly just send it as is. Be brave. If the sound worked, then we'll find out. All the best to everyone, and even if you don't, hopefully you'll consider me and go the next couple steps. But even if you don't, I hope to find the right person for yourselves. And I truly mean that. I'm just not. That's not who I am. I just, everyone should be happy and doing what they love to do. Take care.